fly-through sequence. Your first op point is in the center of these facilities. Freeze video. These greenhouses are used exclusively by the clan military forces. Deny them their use. On this island are the power generators. Run video. Sensors indicate the power output is unusually low to run such a large facility. Watch this. Now we know what caused the destruction of the Black Hammer. Rewind to just before the destruction. Freeze. These are warship-class lasers, just like we found in the lower valley. They're mounted on a simple tower platform. Here are your op points. Expect heavy mech resistance. Fixed emplacements cover these areas. Payne will move in as soon as you begin your run. We'll stand by for orders. Mobile field base out.
Hello everybody, this is Wheel Trouble and welcome to my Let's Play of MechWarrior 3. This is Operation 1, Mission 4, the last operation for Operation 1. And I already took care of the salvage, and let's go ahead and take a look at the loadout here, see if there's any modifications that you guys would be interested in. You'll notice I already threw in those double heat sinks. And AMS. AMS is short for Anti-Missile System. So those missiles that were coming in, that were chipping away at my armor, this will greatly reduce that. And as with everything else, AMS comes in two flavors. It comes in both the clan variety as well as the inner sphere variety, with the clan variety being more accurate. Later games, we actually have laser AMS, or LAMs, which rather than firing bullets, as you can see my AMS has 100 bullets, to knock down the missiles, it actually just shoots a laser. Generates more heat, but isn't ammo dependent. Laser AMS takes place in MechWarrior 4. MechWarrior Online uses AMS, but they don't really worry about the ammo for it. Alright, we're running against our first mech for this mission, a Blackhawk. Let's see how quickly we can chip him out. Good center torso hit. I don't really want the legs. Now if I do take out one leg, he will fall over, so it's not that the legs are bad. It's just better to try to take more of the neck. And it's easier to hit. Trying to take out legs is a nightmare. Love it when they hold still like that.
This is Gunner, moving in from the west. Where's my...
Just far enough that these missiles are going to do some good damage, too. He's kind of being a really stupid pilot for a clan. And we just took out the back torso armor. One good placement in the back would probably have taken him out, but he decided to turn around for us. Ooh, collateral damage. Yay. Those greenhouses are Operation Point Able, so we're going to have to take all of those out. Lower profile mechs are kind of neat because you're able to present a lower profile target. It makes you harder to hit, especially for online play. But also has the advantage of helping you disperse your damage a little bit better too. He fell.
Ammo depleted.
Figures. Alright, so we'll have to take him out the hard way. Well, that's one arm down. Man, there's not much left of him. He's got to just fall over at some point. So as you can see, that smaller profile is really serving him well because he's just being a nightmare to take down. There's nothing left of him, really. Can't do much damage to me, but he's not falling over either. Finally. Okay. And we have a Firefly incoming.
Mech power-up detect targeting.
And I'm down to a laser and AC-10s.
2 enemies sighted, Star Captain Fury. Engaging primary.
We still haven't met Pain yet, and so we're going to try to meet up with him first. I'm afraid that if we wait too long, they're going to take him out. We need to watch it, though. Those lasers are still up on that hill. Or on that island. Okay. And yes, Fireflies can jump, if equipped with jump jets. In this game it was neat because you could use the jump jets in a navigation perspective too. You could fly backwards, you could rotate in the air. For online play and land play, we used to land play this all the time. My favorite thing to do was to run, just charging straight into the enemy mech, and then at the last minute jump and pull a 180 and throw my mech in reverse, so when I landed I'd be walking backwards and just start taking out their back armor while they were busy spinning around. Once they spun around, charge at them, and just wash, rinse, repeat. It used to drive my opponents nuts. Can't really do that against the computer, though. It's a bit random. Okay, and you see that blue box floating around out there? That would be Pain. We're going to want him to group up with us as soon as possible.
Protect those facilities.
As we've seen before, this game has a lot to do with resource management, and your lance mates are like you, they're walking around in mechs, so they're walking guns. You want to keep those guys in as good a shape as possible, because their piloting skills stink. You also don't give them the biggest mechs you have. You give them mechs that you're not really too afraid to lose, but that are beefy enough to actually support you. So like if I'm running an assault mech, I'll probably give them a heavy, but not my favorite heavy, things of that nature. And they always get first priority for repairs. I will repair them first before I usually repair myself, unlike what you're seeing right now.
Your mech is fixed. Moving out.
And for those of you wondering, yes, some of the audio for this is being recorded after the fact in overdub.
Waiting for rendezvous coordinates.
There are some issues trying to run my audio program along with my virtual box. There's just a lot going on at once.
Roger that,
And even though there's not, none of these processes are really processor intensive on their own, it does add up. And the cool thing is, with this, I'm actually able to record at a higher quality because it's a lower graphic game. But I'm still trying to record a virtual box. Oh, probably need to mention this too. Yes, for those of you kids who are probably whining and complaining at home, this was back in the days when the standard ratio was 4:3 for your monitor. So, all of you used to widescreen, no, those sidebars are really what you see.
Primary objective.
We didn't have widescreens. And there was a lot of headache when widescreens were being introduced because nobody really had agreed on the 16:9. 16:9 being the standard widescreen format we all enjoy today. Now you even see ultra-wides, and I'm trying to avoid that because at this point we're just getting annoying with the width. Okay. And one of the things that really stinks is that it's very difficult
We have arrived for rendezvous coordinates.
to get your lance mates to actually attack the objective points. Okay.
On my way to repair me.
Like I was saying, you're going to keep those guys fresh. by the end of this game, we will have a full lance. A lance for the inner sphere is 4 mechs. Mech being short for battle mech. That's these giant robots we're piloting. And those of you who've caught on have noticed the subtle irony in that the standard formation for the inner sphere is
Primary
4 of these
objective
mechs,
complete.
whereas the standard formation for the planners is 5. Seems like a bit of one-upmanship, doesn't it? And yeah, in case you're wondering, when the clans bid for fights against the inner sphere, they bid a star against the lance. Yeah, so the honor is somewhat twisted. The clans mean well, I'm sure. One of these days, I really do want to play MechWarrior 1 and 2. I've played MechWarrior 1, and now that I know how to work the virtual box, I may actually try to do a playthrough of it. It's very low graphic, and my recollection of it was very difficult the one time I did try it. So, we'll see. And every MechWarrior game tends to follow a very different storyline. So like this one, it's a planet invasion for your entire storyline. MechWarrior 4 Vengeance, you're a prince who's trying to take over your planet that you were exiled from. And Mercenaries, you are a mercenary, and there's 3 possible endings for that one. So if I ever do a Let's Play of that one, I'll have to really enjoy myself with it. And MechWarrior 2, I've never touched. I have no clue how that game was, but a lot of people that I've gamed with, that was their first game. And that's actually what they used to play competitively online.
Targeting. Missile launch detected.
Okay, and our AMS managed to take out 2 of those missiles, so not bad. A lot less damage than we would have taken otherwise. And this is an Owens. This isn't going to be a terribly hard fight. It's that island I'm worried about, because whatever's on there, that's a production facility. It's going to be big. I assume. Something else was running back there, too. Kane had better get his butt in gear.
Missile launch detected.
That was a good solid hit. Now, with the long-range missiles, I don't want to get too close because they won't fire right. They won't actually detonate if they're too close. And he's down. All right.
Targeting. Missile launch detected.
Oh, great, another Strider. You figure with how many times I've seen these, I'd be able to salvage at least one of them. Oh, and there's no rule in the game that says you have to put less back armor on than the front. It's just tradition because all of your guns are forward-facing. In the tabletop games, you don't have to be. You can actually set rear-facing guns just fine. In this, they just streamlined it because, you know, computer game.
Missile launch detected.
But you can look out the side windows and actually look behind you as well. They just figured that for gameplay you were going to be mostly looking forward, which we will. There we go. That's a solid hit. guys can see how that anti-missile system is already a wonderful investment. That was a solid one. Okay. And one less Strider. I think I need to repair. Can I take those out from here? Make my life a little easier. Yes, okay.
What? Okay, disengaging. Waiting for rendezvous coordinates.
Yeah, that's
Secondary
close enough
objective
for me.
complete. Targeting.
Okay, he's still fresh. And he is in a Shadow Cat. Fun note, Shadow Cats are actually clan mechs, and they are, I want to say, 45 tons? And they're kind of a sleek little low-profile thing, too. Not bad mechs, actually. I had fun piloting in 4. In this game, though, the Daishi is far and away my favorite. The Puma, it would probably be the light mech of choice for me.
Here I come.
And yes, all of my favorite mechs in this game really are clan mechs. Doo-doo-doo.
Roger that, Lance Leader. Transferring now.
So that's why they weren't here yet. Okay. And you guys will be getting a look at that Shadow Cat here very shortly.
Enemy crossing South Bridge.
No, I'm not. Well, Dominique might. Unless they're referring to the mobile field base. It's a good thing that even though the battle missions are more or less real-time, that we don't have to worry about the time constraints between the missions. Although the way they made it sound, going into this mission from the last mission, that was probably fairly quick. Okay, so all we need to do is destroy the laser towers and the Smoke Jaguar forces. And yes, there are rival clans. But they all pretty much run the same. They have certain things that they focus in, sure, like Clan Sea Fox is mostly a merchant clan, which is rather awkward. And so they get laughed at by the other clans, but the other clans are mostly combat driven. They will have slightly different mores based on the lore, but for the most part, a clanner is a clanner.
We have
And
arrived
you can see
and
that
are
Shadow
ready to
Cat
deploy.
there. I'm a little off point. So, going into third person, trying to line up with this stupid little circle. You know, if this was done nowadays as a remake, I'd love to see guys actually scrambling
All repairs are
around
done.
on
You're
those
good to
ladders and
go.
whatnot. I think that would just add to that realism. Okay, now for that final charge. Let's see if we can do it as one final charge. We still haven't seen anything big, and that worries me.
Roger that, Lance Leader. Transferring now.
And yeah, you hear them refer to Dominic Payne as Dominic Gunner Payne. Gunner is his call sign. Alright, and we can see one laser poking up there. Good thing is it's pointing up and not down at us. So I'm not going to worry about it now. Okay, we've got an Orion. Alright, an Orion is a heavy. I would love to salvage that if I can. But if I try to go toe-to-toe with it, he's going to eat me for lunch. So I'm going to get a lock. And right now he's shielded by that little horseshoe of dirt.
Yep.
So I'm going to wait for him to make an appearance here. There's a lot of stuff there for him to hide behind. Alright.
Missile launch detected.
See, you can see how I'm barely making a dent in him. He has so much more armor there than the average clanner.
Missile
The
launch
good thing is
detected.
I'm actually carrying more armor altogether, but he's still going to be a nightmare to take out. Because he's carrying a ton of weaponry.
We have arrived and are ready to deploy.
And yes, you heard that right. I've got my mobile field base ready in case I've got to run to repair. What's that sticking out of the back there? Can't wait to take a closer look. Oh, every one of those missiles missed. No, wait. Yay. Okay. If you lose the lock, sometimes you can't make the hit. And so you've got to be careful with it. I probably should jump in the water, but with that ridge, I want to maintain as much line of sight as possible. And just like with any kind of combat, patience can be a virtue. So please bear with me. We just want to make sure we keep him locked so that when he comes out, we can shoot. And have the missiles track him. Get as many volleys as we can. Come on, lock in. Go. That was a good impact. I've only got 2 more rounds for the long-range missiles. And I've got decisions to make. If I've softened them up enough, I'll go ahead and charge in. Otherwise, I might go ahead and reload. I've got Dominic here, so charging in might be safe. But he's still got one arm that's completely fresh, and I haven't done much on his torsos. It all depends on where his weapons are sitting. And I'm out of... Yeah, the mobile field base is right here. Let's go ahead and rearm. That's not a good sound. Please don't hit my base. Ow.
Right, I'm disengaged. Waiting for rendezvous. We have arrived and are ready to deploy.
Please don't kill my base. Please don't kill my base. really don't feel like losing a mobile field base this early in the game. Okay, guys, hurry up. The longer you let me sit here, the longer we're in danger.
All repairs are done.
Yay.
We're out of here.
Okay, and I am officially more or less out of LRM-5 ammo. I'm supposed to be able to carry 120 missiles. They were only able to insert 80. So that means that after this, there's no more LRM-5 ammo. Looks like those buildings
Waiting
are
for
propped
rendezvous
up.
coordinates.
That can't be right. And
Roger
Gunner
that,
is already
Lance Vader.
going in.
Transferring now.
I'm heading in need
Come
of
on back,
repairs.
buddy. Come on back. I don't want to lose that Shadow
We have
Cat
arrived
just yet.
and are ready to deploy.
I still haven't had salvage yet. Try not to hit my own friend. Oh good, he's underwater. Clear shot. Those have cooled off. There's another volley. And once these are done, I'm just going to charge in. There is no sense in me waiting. By these, I'm referring to those long-range missiles. Okay, we took off one arm. There's a little less weaponry at us. And there goes the torso. And yes, any more shots going into that side of the torso we destroyed will actually go straight to the center torso. Damage does go inward in this game, which would make sense. Don't duck behind the building. I need to kill you. Shadow Cat's coming up out of the water just to our left. One more round. Let's see what kind of damage this does. Not enough. Okay, he is essentially down to his center torso and whatever weapons he's carrying therein. Here we go. This is as soft as we can get him. Anytime you see yellow, you can hit something. So when I see yellow, I'm going to pull the trigger just because I see no reason to sit.
Targeting.
You'll notice that even though I have AC-10 ammo, I'm not able to shoot it. That's because the barrels for the ballistics are flooded, and you can't shoot a gun underwater. Well, you can, it just doesn't work very well. So, underwater, you are stuck with lasers.
Repairs are done and we're heading out.
And yes, this game for the tabletop really is incredibly complex. Certain terrains slow you down, like underwater here. The heat management and everything else. It's a fun game to learn. They really are. They're being propped up by wooden beams. This is all fake. Oh, crap. That means there's going to be a much more heavily guarded mech production facility somewhere. This was all just a song and dance that took out our LRM-5. I better get something back in salvage. And there we go. Great finishing hit from those AC-10s.
Secondary objective complete.
Now for the primary. take out this mini factory and these laser turrets. See, you can see there's wood cutouts. Decoys. That's frustrating. Get into the water so I can shoot that thing without overheating too much. And again, we do have to be careful. If I hit my head on that bridge, it is instant death. And are we back far enough yet? Nope. Pain, you're wasting your time. See what I mean? The AI is not too I.
Primary objective
Alright,
complete.
final objective, destroy what we think is a factory. And we're going to try to stay in the water as much as possible for this, so that we are able to stay as cool as possible.
Consider it done.
Since I'm able to target this, I can actually set him to shoot at it, which is nice and speed things up immensely. And for those of you wondering why I don't just put on as many lasers as possible, it is actually possible to destroy your own mech by firing too many heat-generating devices at one time.
Yep.
So just setting off a bunch of really large lasers
Mission successful.
doesn't necessarily help you out. LRM 20 rounds, nice. Got a Shadow Cat, so spare mech for pain there. And a Gauss rifle around. Gauss rifles shoot a long way, and they do a fair amount of damage, so that's kind of nice. I just don't use them much.
Before we move out, you'll have to decide on salvage. Meanwhile, we've intercepted a private channel between Star Colonel Ratash Osis and his aide. Stand by for playback.
Smashed, Dre. The entire facility. Without those greenhouses, we'll be hard-pressed to feed the incoming forces.
You warned him about placing the site so near our hydroponics project.
I did. But will Brendan Corbett take the blame for this?
Nay, Star Colonel. With Lincoln Osis' death on Strana Mekti, the Galaxy Commander will be our next Khan. He can do no wrong.
Exactly. I will make these Surats pay for this. I promise.
You catch that, Lance Leader? Lincoln Osis, Ilkhan of the clans, died on Strana Mekti. The Star League must be victorious. But I don't expect we'll be relieved anytime soon.
Alright, that's it for this mission. Wheel Trouble out.